So I was reading over the Bible and it made me think. There's so many things that distract us from obeying God and distract us from our relationship with God, distract us with time with God. Today was one of the days that I wanted to fulfill prioritizing time with God, whether that's reading the Bible, spending time talking to Him, no different than me spending time and talking to a friend on the phone. I wanted to sit and embrace time with Him. It made me realize how difficult that can kind of be, especially when you live in the day-to-day life of what you live. You may have a friendship, you may have a relationship, you may have work, you may have so many things clouding your mind from what you need to be doing, which is maintaining a relationship with God. That's the number one most important thing because that affects everything else on this earth. I just want to talk about how there's so many distractions on this earth that stop us from prioritizing time with God. Entertainment, TV, video games, doom scrolling on your phone, TikTok, Instagram. People, you may be so bored to where you're like, bro, what could I be doing today? Let me hit up this person. There's nothing wrong with hitting up people and spending time with people, but is this to where you're spending 90% of your time above yourself and even God? He has a way of moving you and moving that person in order for you to prioritize some time with Him, make room for Him. My biggest distraction is entertainment. My brain was like, in a way, wired to be like, what can I watch today? What can I do today? And that's something that stops me from not only posting videos but spending time to talk to God. And when you prioritize people, things, you may worship something that takes up so much amount of time in your life that you put it above your time with God. The number one thing God does is take it away. You don't put nowhere nearly as much time or thought into it as God. Addiction. When I think of addictions, your brain is so wired to put so much time into it. And sometimes our addictions are hidden in alcohol, food, drugs, entertainment, all food, sugar's an addiction, the phone, spending time with somebody. That could be any of the things that I just named. Whatever the case is, addictions are things that train your body to need that, crave that, more than life itself. And in the first chapter of Genesis, there is a story about a man named Noah. In this story, God had realized that there are so many wicked people on the earth and that humanity was so evil, God wanted to restart the world. Noah was seen as a true follower of God. He obeyed. He was a man who obeyed God throughout his whole life. And God wanted to reward him by not only letting him survive the flood, but also letting his family and his loved ones survive the flood and bringing on all the animals in the world so that they wouldn't die. Later in that chapter of Genesis, it was saying how Noah became drunk. I'm still learning as a Christian myself. I still don't know if that's a sin or not, but it was basically saying how some of his time after the flood to drinking, and I don't know if that became an addiction or not, but it just made me think like how easy it is to get distracted, to be addicted to something. And if you ask me, it's even harder in today's day and age. I believe the challenge to maintaining a relationship with God becomes harder with each generation that passes, each generation that produces. I feel like it becomes harder. Science keeps evolving. People are finding ways in order for you to stay addicted. Your phone, these devices, we have all these devices now, social media that maintains our attention, has us addicted to our devices. We have more ways in staying in communication, which is good, great, but it's another opportunity for you to be addicted. Food, they literally make it to where you are so hooked. Food shackles you. Drugs are way easier to come by in today's day and age than it was 60 years ago. As a parent, it's difficult to even know if your kid is being offered drugs in the 7th grade. It's so easy to stumble upon things that's going to distract you from maintaining a relationship with God and prioritizing time with Him. And I just want you guys to be aware of that. Today was one of the days that I wanted to fulfill prioritizing time with God, whether that's reading the Bible, spending time talking to Him, no different than me spending time and talking to a friend on the phone. I wanted to sit and embrace time with Him. You have all the time in the world and use your free will to do anything. Today I decided to use my time and prioritize my time with God because I have the free will to do it. You have the free will to choose, do I want to call this person? You have the free will to choose, do I want to eat out? You have the free will to choose, do I want to use this drug? Yes, it's hard, but addiction, distraction. You train your brain in order to do that day in and day out. That's what habits are. That's what routine is. Build a routine with God. What does that look like in your life? What are some things that you prioritize that prioritizes your time over God? That's why we have fasting. It's our way of showing I can give up these certain things in order to give praise to God, maintain a relationship with God, achieve the things we want in life. Just reflect on those things and think about what can I cut back? What can I take out of my life so that I can move forward in life? J Show.